Welcome to day 2 of me showing you exactly what to do step by step on how to turn your beef fat into the most beautiful, luxurious, creamy skincare that you can imagine, which is beef tallow. So as we told you yesterday in day 1, we do our process a little bit differently, and we do the dirty bowl method, which is something that we came up with, and it's a little different than everyone else. So what I'm going to show you right now is the amount of impurities that ended up on the bottom of our pure tallow cake. So if you saw that, there was literally none. So we scraped off the bottom layer and set it aside, and it will go back into a first render on the next batch. But there was nothing, no impurities that were visible, and it was a nice, pure, clean, beautiful tallow cake. All right, brace yourselves, guys, because we're about to look at the dirty bowl. So this was what was on the bottom of the dirty bowl. So this is what is considered beef gelatin. And let's talk about why it is purple. So the purple color comes from a protein called myoglobin, and that is what gives meat its red coloring. So whenever it is deprived of oxygen in a low oxygen environment like a vacuum seal, which is how ours comes from our butcher, then it causes a purple color when it is deoxygenated. At that point, it is called deoxymyoglobin, and that is where the purple coloring is coming from. But this beef gelatin is going to be a jelly-like substance, but also contains all of the impurities and the water and any bits of anything that did seep through the filtering process on the first rendering. So I'm going to show you guys right here that we only get about 1 tablespoon or less of actual tallow that is being wasted, because all of this tallow right here that was in the dirty bowl is not going to get thrown away like all other tallow makers do. We are going to melt that back down with a first render, and then it will get used. We do not want to waste any part of our tallow. So put your clean tallow back into your heating source of choice. Do the exact same process. Add your salt, but this time you're going to only add 4 cups of water rather than your 6 cups of water. So go ahead and pop your lid back on and turn it back to 175 degrees, just like we did before, and let it melt all the way back down. Whenever it is melted, I'm going to show you the difference between what only using a mesh strainer. So do you guys see how there's so much still left over whenever I am scraping the top of this? That is what is being left behind for the people who are using only mesh strainers. So this is something else that makes us a little bit different, because we strain differently with the filtering process on each render. So after that first render, whenever we did the coffee bag, this time we are going to be taking our mesh strainer, lining it with not only a paper towel, but then over top of that, we do a 100% cotton 18-inch by 18-inch linen napkin. This does take a little bit extra time, but I'm telling you guys, it is so worth it at the end of your rendering process. Go ahead and filter through the remainder of your tallow until you get down to your water layer again. Then you are going to switch back to your dirty bowl method and pour the remainder of it back into there and go ahead and filter that through. So guys, look at the difference between here. It's so cloudy compared to the other one, but go ahead and pop those into the fridge, and we'll be back for day 3 tomorrow.